into practice on a daily basis. And the way we put it into practice is by first and foremost feeling this ease and tranquility in our hearts when we believe. As Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said in Surah Al-Baqarah, in the dialogue, and when Ibrahim said, "My Lord, show me how thou give life to the dead." So he said, "Show me how you give life to the dead." Do you think Ibrahim alayhi salam didn't believe? He had the theory, he had the knowledge, he was taught by Allah, he believed. And Allah said to him, "What? Do you not believe, Ibrahim?" He said, "No, I do believe. But just that my heart may be at ease, tranquility." So what was he asking for? He was asking for implementation of what he knew in theory. So then Allah carried on and said, "Take 4 birds, then train them to follow you, bring them up, so they love you and they know you. Then place on each of every one of the mountains, a part of each one of them, and then come down and call them, and they will come flying to you. And then you will know that Allah is most mighty and wise." So he did that. And he said, you believe. So the point is, what we try to extract from here is first, number one, that Ibrahim alayhi salam, he wanted to implement the theory, the knowledge he had, the iman he had, he wanted to see it. We see it every day in our lives, but we're blind. Ibrahim alayhi salam was shown to bring up these 4 birds. So the birds got to know him, and he got to know them. He trained them to follow him, he took them to everywhere. And then he placed on a mountain a part of them, part of each 4 birds. And then when he called them, Allah gave life to them and they came. This is how Allah gives life to the dead. So no matter where we are when we die, in the sea, in the desert, in the soil, wherever we may be, and however many parts and pieces we may be in, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect us, for He is the one who created all things. So the first reason of why Ibrahim alayhi salam was a nation is because of his high ranking status with Allah. And that was due to all the trials, the tribulations, and his attitude, his character, how he faced these trials, how he never gave up hope in Allah when he faced these trials, and his implementation of the aqidah of Tawheed, of the oneness of Allah. The second reason why he was a nation in himself is that he was dutiful to his father, even though his father was a non-believer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. That verily Allah has decreed that you worship none but Him, and you be dutiful to the parents, being kind and dutiful to them. And if one of them, or both of them, become old in old age, then do not say to them, uff, and do not disobey them. Rather say to them kind and gentle words. Have any of you, I'm sure you may have noticed a pattern which Allah creates for us in life. When we're born, we know nothing of this world. We don't even know how to speak. And when we become 1 or 2 years old, we mutter words that don't make sense to our parents. And we do foolish things. When we turn 4, 5, 6 years old, we always want to be around our mother and father. You don't want to part from them. You probably see this in some of your children. They want to be around you. And then you learn from them. And then when we hit the teens, slight rebellion. When we hit the later teens, we realize we've got strength and power. We don't need our parents no more. We don't need them. I can walk, I can fly, I can run, I can go here. And then when we hit the 20s, adulthood, I'm working, I've got my own money, my house, my flat, my car, I'm doing my own things. Slowly letting go of the parents. And then 30, 40, in the middle of your life, and 40, then 50, heading towards the end of our lives. And then when you hit 60, 70, we start to become feeble in our bones, weak. When we weren't so weak when we were 25. 70, 80, we can't run like we ran when we were 40 or 30. 70, 80-year-olds, maybe we're using a stick to walk with. 80, 90, we can't sleep at night, we can't eat the same food we used to eat. We start to eat food like we used to eat when we were 3 years old, 4 years old. Mashed with water or milk, softened for us. 80, 90 years old, ikhwan, we want our children around us. We want to see them. And they're in their 30s and 40s. 50, 80, 90, 100, this age, we lose our senses. We become, what's that word? A word where you're unable to speak. You begin to mutter, just say things that don't make sense. But your children in their 50s and 40s and 30s, they understand you because you're their father, their mother. Senile, that's the word. You become senile. See how Allah, to the later years of our life, He returns us to like we were babies. Then we need somebody to change our clothes for us because we can't change it ourselves, just like when we were a baby. We need someone to hold our hand for us when we cross the road or walk anywhere, just like when we were babies. We need someone to come and put a blanket on us and wrap us up, just like when we were babies. It's a full circle, ikhwan, that Allah takes us on. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that do not even say uff to your parents when they get to the age of 50, 60, 70, 80 or older, because of all the good that they've done for you when you was a baby. And they're now reaching that age where they